What up?
What's going on? You see us?
Yeah. He's on. What up, guys?
What's going on? I can't see. We got you now. What do you? Your ice in your head?
Yeah, I'm hungover as fuck.
So is,
See, I was right, Dave. I was right. I said he was probably partying last night.
I thought you meant like partying when he's like, yeah, I can do it.
Oh no, I meant like I bet you he's like going hard after a dub in the boxing match. You
Got
know?
it.
Bro, going hard as fuck, bro.
All right.
Because,
So
bro, what happens is when you're sober for 7 months and then you get the opportunity to drink, you're just like, I need to send it.
so have you just been going then nonstop since the fight ended, basically?
Yeah, I haven't stopped drinking since then.
So you're drunk on this interview right now.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
So,
hungover drunk. Like,
All right.
know,
So
like
we'll
when
get
you're
some.
like, when you're like coming down, but like you're still drunk in the morning type vibe.
Yeah, you wake up the next morning, you still got some in the system.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
So maybe we'll get some headlines then, Dave. Maybe we'll get him to say some, like pretty challenging statements, like against Conor McGregor or something.
yeah, and to be honest, I forgot that you guys are West Coast time, so I'm always like, all right, 2:00's late. But how have you done any interviews yet since your fight, Jake?
A little bit, but not like this. Not with my favorite guys. I love Josh and I love Dave Portnoy. And thank you for having me.
Little known fact,
BFFs.
Josh. Like, I don't know when we did this, but we had Jake in the office, our old office, like 3 or 4 years ago, and we made like a Team Portnoy video. I mean, we're like dabbing. It's like old bar. Well, it's all relative, but this is a while ago.
It was cringe.
But that's
You
what
guys
we
were
do.
dabbing?
It was cringe. We were both just noobs.
Yeah. Well, you were new on it. I was like, all right, who are these Vine, like YouTube guys? I kind of like the TikTok. It's like, I got to keep fucking growing and figure out where these audiences are. So we did that. Also, you know who, and I didn't know this at the time. So she's your girlfriend, right? Julia Rose is your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
She thought I was like some fucking idiot where it's like, hey, Prez, she tags me like, look at my ass. Like I just put her in a pizza review. Because she tried to fake like, hey, I'm interested. He's like, I know what you're doing, Julia Rose. I know
She's
what
hustling.
someone's. Yeah,
she's hustling. Bro, she's a hustler, bro. She's smart.
She was smart, but I'm not an idiot. It was like, I'm sure a lot of guys are like, ooh, Julia Rose is fucking hitting on me. I was like, she just wants some fucking publicity. She's going to fucking ditch me in 2 seconds. I didn't know you guys were even dating then. I thought she was single, and even then I still saw through it. I'm like, no fucking way is she interested in me. I could tell her whole game. Well, I thought about it.
You thought about it for 1 second.
For 1 second, I'm like, I'm not going to be the idiot who does the pizza review like Julia Rose and is like, hey, what are you doing later? And it's like ghost town. So I just didn't do fucking anything with it. But let's get into the fight. I texted you in what I said. I'm curious on what's happened since the fight because when I asked him, he's like, it's insane. He texted me back, said, like, life has changed. And it wasn't just the fight. It's the knockout. And I'll be honest, Jake, before I said I thought Nate would win. Not because I necessarily doubted you. I'm one of those guys, like, I believe in athletes. And, like, NBA athlete to me, dunks a basketball. I grew up on him. I'm like, he's going to be so fast and so quick that I think he'll win. And then the way you did it, I'm a boxing fan. I don't know what to believe now. I'm like, okay, I have no sense of how good of a boxer you are, who you could beat. I think you're going to end up fighting Conor McGregor. Like, I'm all in on the hype train. So what's it been like for you since the fight happened?
100%. I'm overwhelmed. Like my life has changed literally. The amount of deals, the amount of fight offers, the amount of people that are just hitting me up, from celebrities to fighters to just everyone. Like it's the craziest thing in the world. And I became the biggest prize fighter overnight with that performance on, with everyone watching, with the whole world watching. And that was the beauty of it. And like you said, I really shocked everyone, like people didn't know about my boxing skills and people didn't know like if I was legit, and I talked a lot of shit and I said, I'm going to knock him out in the first round. And I backed up, what I said basically, and proved to the world like, wow, this kid really put the work in. Because for the past year, I've forfeited so many opportunities and so many things to box 2 times a day.
I remember
Because
being at a dinner and we were all drinking and you were the only one that wasn't because of the boxing. And this was like months and months before even the match. Like you were taking pretty seriously the training.
No, 100%. I actually, I remember that. And there's so many things I had to sacrifice. And this is why it was a perfect fight for me, because this pro athlete was, supposed to beat the little YouTube pretty boy.
Just to clarify, to keep it honest, you were the betting favorite, but somebody like me was like, no, they got it wrong. And again, now I don't know. Now I don't know.
No, Dave, I'm telling you, bro, I'm coming for everyone's head tops. I'm like, McGregor's getting the smoke. It's gonna happen. Like what? Like I'm the money fight now for McGregor. Like, and there's a long list of other people. There's KSI. There's fucking my brother. There's Dylan Dennis, Ben Askren, all these guys. Like, and now there's more people calling me out now. I haven't even looked at my phone. I have 400 fucking text messages. I have 500 fucking DMs. So like, I don't even know what else is in there. Like, someone else could be calling me out too. Fucking so much business deals, so many brand deals. Like, it's honestly, it's absurd.
How much of it, and I'm going to put myself in your shoes because it clearly elevated. It did both things, by the way, on Twitter. In what I didn't think necessarily was fair, there were people like me in the beginning. It's like I would actually bet on Nate, but they own up to it. It's like, oh, I was wrong, and now I want to see him fight again. And then you had other people being like, Nate's going to win, and then when you won, they're like, oh, he's small, he doesn't know how to box. Fuck him, he's calling out Conor McGregor, and they gave you no credit, but they said you're going to lose, which you can't do both. You can't be like, oh, he's going to lose, and then when you have that knockout, give you no credit. If I'm in your shoes like, now, go ahead.
No, you like exactly what you said. People are fucking assholes. I hate people. They're like, oh, he's going to fucking lose. Nate Robinson's going to beat his ass. And then when I win, they're like, he was only 5'9", and he's never boxed before. Like, shut the fuck up. Pick a side and stick with it.
Exactly. And that's what everyone's doing. So now if I'm in your shoes, you got the list you named in like Evander Kane, who's a hockey badass, Kyle Farnsworth, pitcher, KSI, who's fought before, Dylan Dennis, who's a fighter. There's so many. How do you, because to me, it's like every fight you win. And if you look at fighters who are in the business, they'll go as soft as they can go till they go to somebody who they may lose, but it's such a big fight. You have the cash. So where are you with, like, why to go Conor McGregor, who obviously would be a huge payday? Are you evaluating that? Are you like, who do I want soft versus do I just want, like, Dylan Dennis can fight. He also has the girlfriend who is Sav Montano, who I'm sure.
Yeah, we hooked up before.
That's
me and his girlfriend. But
that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's gonna put asses in seats.
Oh yeah.
But no, they're talking about me and LeBron James. They're talking.
Well, that's crazy.
There's a lot of talk.
There's no way LeBron's gonna fight.
No.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would fight. But
I could see
you
maybe
never know.
A hockey player like Kane, yeah.
But like my question is, what is in it for Jake to fight Evander? Like, because he's so much bigger, and I guarantee you Kane can fight. So it's how do you pick somebody where Jake gets as much out of it as the guy's fighting? That's the hard part.
Yeah, that's the weird thing right now. It has to be the perfect fight because I want a challenge. I want a real good fight, and I want it to be a big name person at the same time. So like, that it does numbers, so it's an interesting dynamic like right now where I have to really sit down and figure out who is next, like legitimately who is next. And that's something that me and my team have been talking about when I sober up for moments at a time. But
how big's your team?
And we want to make it exciting.
How big's your team?
I don't even know. There's probably like 10 people total doing shit.
By the way, if you recall, we talked about this because we have like, and I'm always maybe in this case a day late, dollar short, but we have a boxing league. It's Rednecks. It's not well known. We talked a little about it when we met the first time because you were starting to talk about the boxing. It's like crazy how big this thing has gotten. But I also think people are underestimating how hard it's going to be to find, you know, a Jake or Logan Paul who have the huge followings and can actually fight. Like if you start just putting guys in there who can't fight, no one gives a fuck.
You can't just pick this up and now everyone's going to try to copy this. And now you're seeing, like you said, like all these little people come out of the woodworks to be like, oh, I want to fight now. What people don't stand is how fucking hard I have gone for the past 2 years, day in and day out, to become a pro boxer. And I'm beating pro boxers in sparring sessions in Las Vegas, the boxing capital of the world, nestled away in a little fucking tiny house, eating chicken and salmon and fucking rice and not busting nuts, staying sober as
That's
fuck.
a true thing. Not busting nuts is a true thing.
That
I thought that was like Rocky.
Your boxing coach is telling you no nutting. Like it's weird, man.
Yeah, you can only nut once a week, and then 2 weeks before the fight, you have to stop as well.
Here's a question for you.
Because it builds your testosterone so that like your performances are better, and it's legitimate. Like I feel the difference when I do that. So it's not just some fucking bullshit that they talk about in movies.
Here's a question for you, and this is a personal question because what you just said, you've been training for like 2 years, you know, doing the entire boxing thing. Do you have any balance between payday and credibility? Meaning, like, you could go fight real fighters, you beat them, you're going to get credibility, you're fighting probably no names, not going to have the paydays, versus you could probably find guys who may not be, like, they're not going to gain you the respect in boxing. How do you balance? Or are you just like, give me that paycheck?
No, it's like what you said. Like, I want the respect and credibility, but I also want the payday. So who's the perfect opponent and who will challenge me? Because I'm not scared. Like, I know how good I am. And I told everyone the whole time, I am going to fucking kill this Nate Robinson kid. And I said the day before the fight, they said, what's the biggest challenge for you in the ring tomorrow? And I said this on camera. I said, feeling bad for him after I fuck him up and in a violent fashion, something along those lines. And that legitimately became my biggest problem, was like, I feel bad for this guy. Like, no one should be making fun of him like this. Like, these memes are it's too far. It's fucked up.
Well, they are funny. I mean,
the
memes are funny. I mean, as an internet guy, you got to kind of respect the memes.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. They're funny, but it's like, at whose expense?
It's got to be hard as an athlete to like go from, you know, being so respected in every sport by every player and then wake up, or, you know, from being knocked out and seeing just memes after memes and your kids texting you that they don't want you to fight for them anymore and all that shit. Like, that's like, God, that'd be tough, man.
Yeah, there's nothing like losing a fight. Losing a fight is not losing like a basketball game. There's just nothing else quite like it. But, I mean, give him credit. He hadn't fought, and that is the thing. You put a guy who's been training, has been in the ring, versus a guy who is just athletic, and it showed what happened. The result showed. What was the weirdest or most holy shit, and you're in the public eye, you have been forever. Was there anybody who reached out, contacted you after? They're like, holy shit, I can't believe that just happened?
Like Drake was just like texting me, and then like Bieber was like on the phone with me, and then I forget, there was someone else that was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? I don't even remember. Like, the past 4 days have been like a blur.
Yeah, see, and that's kind of it's the fight game. It, like you said, it's just insane. It's the world we live in. It's the right combo of following, talent. That was the other, right? A lot of people have asked me this, and they've mentioned it, and I think they've mentioned a little bit about Logan more. How good of athletes were you guys? That seems to be a question now, because I know Logan was a wrestler, right? Like a very good wrestler. Like, what about you guys? How, if you put it in like high school to college, what type of athletes was the Paul family?
we were beasts. My like great grandpa was in the NFL. Fucking I could run like a 4.5 second 40-yard dash. Sorry, people are calling me. I can run a 4.5 second 40-yard dash. I could do 100 push-ups straight. I could knock out 30 pull-ups straight. My vertical jump in high school was 36 inches. I had a 3-foot vertical.
So I
like,
think
that's
that
what a lot of
plays
people
into
don't
it,
understand
right?
here. They're like Nate Robinson, such a beast. I'm like, dude.
I mean, he
like,
was a beast. Nate Robinson was a fucking beast in like athlete, because to be in the NBA at his height, being able to dunk. Now he's a little bit older, that factored, and you train. So all those factors, it's the perfect. I'm your perfect customer, because now I'm like, I want to see what happens next. Like, what's the next chapter? And I have no idea who you're going to pick. I wouldn't pick your brother unless you guys would have to put on the greatest acting scheme of all time because you're friends again. Like, you've gone back and forth, but you're on the friendship tip. I'm sure you could pull it off. But there's a lot of guys on the list. Like McGregor, I tweeted right after that I 100% think you're going to fight McGregor. People called me crazy. It's such a money day. I think that's a great one, and I think Dylan Dennis would be a pretty fucking good one too with the whole internet thing.
No, Dave, they called me crazy. Imagine Jake Paul with one fight 9 months ago saying, and Netflix has been like following me around doing a documentary on me. Imagine me saying to the Netflix documentary cameras, hey guys, I want to fight Conor McGregor. 9 months ago, they called me crazy. And now it's like, here the fuck we are. I'm the biggest prize fighter like overnight, and I'm not even trying to be cocky with that, but it's just like, here we are, and now it's so realistic, and it's going to happen. And that's what's so crazy about this whole entire thing. But yeah, there will be fights before that, and it's just about me putting on an amazing show and winning. But I know I will continue to do that. Like I'm going back into training by the end of the week. And I'm fucking dedicated to the sport. My confidence in the sport is at an all-time high, and I'm been beating pro boxers in sparring sessions in Las Vegas, Nevada. My skill level is high. I'm athletic. I hit really hard, and I'm fucking ready for this, and I'm made for this sport.
How much is it public? How much did you make on that fight?
It depends on the pay-per-view buys, which the numbers are still coming in, but it's a decent check.
Like into the 7 figures?
Yeah. But now the talks are, now the offers that are already coming in are just next level. Like I can't even comprehend it. It's overwhelming. When I told my mom the numbers that I was getting offered for this next fight, she gasped and was like, and like almost fainted.
If I was guessing, what would your number? Well, Josh, what would your guess be on the next fight? I think I have an idea of where I think it would be about, but I could be wrong.
I mean, I'm thinking like if he's going up against Conor, I'm saying like it could be like 30.
I had kind of 20 or 30. Like Conor, he may disagree. Like Conor is the biggest fight draw still, even though he's kind of on the down. I would think that fight, a Conor Logan, would be like 70-30 Conor Jake, 70-30. That would be my guess. I have no idea, but like $100 million fight.
I guess 100%.
Yeah.
Are we close?
Yeah. It just depends. No, yeah, it just depends. But if you think about it, like, how much are we selling the fight for? How much are these fights being sold for? $50. Okay, how many pay-per-views can you sell? And that's pretty much where your math comes in. It's not easy. Like, that's why I love this fucking business. Like, the numbers are just easy. It's not all complicated. There's no fucking profits or I mean, nets and fucking expenses and it's just straight business, baby.
You know what? And you know what's crazy? You just said something that every professional boxer probably just fucking hit their hand on the table. You can do that because you're the draw and you're the driver's seat. But for the truth of the matter is, for most boxers, what you just said is not the case because you got to go through all the commissions, you got to go through all the promoters. You're your own guy. You can do it. You fight, you promote, you do it all. You have the ultimate leverage, like a guy, Connor or Floyd, who gets to the top, but you just rocketed to the top after one fight. That's what's insane.
But this is what, yes, but Dave, and this is why I encourage all fucking boxers and fighters. They need to step up their fucking social media game and start hustling. I worked my balls off for 6 years posting content to get my name to be the money fight. These boxers aren't just boxers anymore. They need to fucking promote themselves. They need to make YouTube videos. They need to date famous girls. They need to fucking be in music videos. They need to get their name out there, and that's when they can become in control. They don't need the fucking promoters. The promoter doesn't do shit. Boxing is now a new sport.
I agree with you
on Saturday, and everyone needs to assume their roles and step up to the plate and like just promote themselves. That's what Ryan Garcia's done well. You know, we can all like learn from him and use him as an example. So
yeah, not everyone can do. I mean, that's a talent as much as boxing. You have it. Not all boxers have it. But I am. So when do you think? Do you have any idea? Like next time you'll be in the ring?
They're saying like 4 to 6 months. You know, there's different offers, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm ready to go. You know, I'm just prepared. Like, and now I'm invigorated. So
invigorated, and the pressure will keep ratcheting because it's like I mean I'm in the kind of similar business. We know how hard it is to make money and grind and do the thing. Josh wants to be a million. You get to boxing, it's like funny money. I mean, it really is. It changes everything. You look, it's like, oh, fucking Floyd gets $100 million for a fight. It's like, oh, that's how much I've made in fucking like 30 years of grinding my dick off. You get it in like one night. It's crazy.
No, exactly. It's life changing, and it doesn't even make sense. I mean, even for this fight, you know, it's just crazy, but that's why I'm just like, fuck, man. I truly believe that boxing was put into my life for a fucking reason, and I feel like I was destined for this, and I was selected by the gods to be the new Mayweather and to carry the crown and to make this sport like juicy as fuck and just put on a show, baby, because everyone wants to be entertained at the end of the day, and that's what this is.
And even quotes like that, which I love, will make people fucking hate you twice as much, being like, I'm the new Mayweather, and that's what puts asses in the seats. It's perfect. So I appreciate you. I know everyone's like hitting you up when I texted you, so thanks for coming on. And I'm in. I don't know what to expect, but you got me. I'm like sold. I'm ready for the next fight.
Let's fucking go, guys. I appreciate you.
All right, thanks, man.
I love the podcast, by the way, guys. Everyone hated on it first. I was like, nah, this is great.
That's why I told Josh that. Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, bye, guys.
See ya later. That was good.
Yeah, it's great.
He's gonna make so much fucking money doing that.
He's literally going to walk out of the Conor McGregor fight if he does it, which I think he will, with I think $20 to $30 million, just like that.
Yeah, he's still. It's exactly what we said, or what he agreed. It's like, do you want the credibility or do you want the money? Because I would just be like money, because credibility, you're gonna have a line of people who are like good fucking fighters, and why would you want to waste your time with that?
So much harder for him to get the credibility too because of who he is.
Totally.
Like, he might as well just go fucking grab the bag. But all boxers are going to hate that too. And what he was saying about like turning it into a show, turning boxing into the entertainment, like kind of an entertainment industry, like where it's all about the show. Like, people will not like that.
Hate it. They'll hate it. I mean, imagine like he's like 2 years. You're going to have guys being like, that's great. 2 years. I've been doing it for 25 years, my entire life. I've made dick, and like I would beat the shit out of you, but you won't fight me. Like that, he'll have that.
No, 100%. Yeah, there's going to be these boxers that are the best fighters that are making $0.
Right. It's crazy, but he's right. It's where it's moving. So